Good afternoon, everybody. Called meeting to order. We're 9 minutes late, 3:09. This is a special meeting of council on June 9, 2025, at 3:09. And just want to let everybody know we are live streaming. So what you say is going to be there. Welcome everyone for taking the time to attend this special meeting so that we can allow significant time for discussion as we have a regular council meeting tonight on the full agenda. I'd like to remind everyone of the procedural bylaw that we must follow. All parties will be respectful when speaking and listening. Dialogue will consist of a professional, cordial, and respectful nature. Discussion at this table is not meant to be a dialogue back and forth with a single member. Finally, a constructive and respectful tone helps us conduct business effectively and in the best interests of the community. Again, thank you for your cooperation and attention. So next we have the approval of the agenda, moved by Councillor Bowman, seconded by Councillor Henry. Be resolved the agenda for the special meeting of council for Monday, June 9, 2025 be adopted. Does anybody have any additions? Any member? Okay, see nothing. I'll call the question. All in favor? Carried. You. Does any member have a disclosure, pecuniary interest and general nature thereof to report? Again, I see nothing. And we have delegations and presentations. And I'm speaking loud because I know there's an audience of people standing in the hallway, so I hope they can hear me. But I hope everybody else does speaks up too. So first, our delegation is Jenny Smith from the North Augusta Ball Diamond.
So hi, I'm Jenny Smith and I'm one of the directors on the North Augusta Rec Committee. So some of you guys might be wondering why I am the one standing up here speaking, because I don't even play baseball. But that's exactly why I'm here. This issue has devastated so many people in our community, especially those who care most deeply about this field. They're the kind of people who show up week after week, organizing games, cheering from the sidelines, and creating a place where kids and families feel connected. But many of them wouldn't be able to be up here and speak tonight without speaking with tears. So I'm here to speak for them clearly, respectfully, and firmly. So I just want to be clear that we are not here in opposition, but in the spirit of collaboration. We are here as concerned residents to share feedback, raise questions, request your support regarding the sudden removal of the light poles at the North Augusta Ball Diamond. So this isn't just about lights. Our park is a place that serves as a cornerstone of youth engagement, community connection, and summer recreation. So to give you a sense of the impact, there are approximately 850 players that will step onto that field. So approximately 1 in 8 residents in Augusta Township plays on a team that uses our field. This season alone, we have 171 games scheduled for the North Augusta Diamond. Roughly 850 players will be directly affected. So this includes Augusta Minor Ball, the North Leeds League, Minor Ball has 8 associations. The North Leeds League has 7 teams. The Moan and Grown League has 8 teams, 3 of which are from North Augusta. Our slow pitch has 6 teams. Our ladies fastball is proudly returning after a successful pilot last year, and they have 4 teams. And then our fall ball, which keeps the diamond open until the beginning of November, has 5 to 6 teams. So our message is simple. This field matters. Our goal tonight is not to criticize, but to seek collaboration, transparency, and a proactive path forward. Part of our community deserves that. So this is in regards to the poll that fell on March 17th. I have a detailed timeline, but I'm not going to go through it all. So basically it was reported March 17th. We finally were able to discern that we got a quote on May 5th. And then from there on Friday, May 30th, we were told that the lights were coming down based on an inspection report. So the communication was erratic and it caused a lot of shock, confusion, and disappointment throughout our community. So this isn't just about the removal itself, it's about how the situation has been handled. We're also concerned by the lack of communication and visible safety measures. The damaged pole was first reported in March, yet to date, there is still no visible signage or caution tape or anything to indicate that that pole is faulty. The township's message on the 26th announced the removal of all poles without a clear plan or replacement timeline. So this has raised concerns about safety, accessibility, and transparency, and there has been very little involvement with the rec committee or the ball leagues to collaborate on planning. Our trust has been shaken, where we absolutely prioritize safety, but transparent and timely communication is equally essential to maintaining public confidence. In the communication that came out on the 26th, it was stated that the pole removal was a unanimous council decision. However, on Friday, June 7th, we were informed that there would actually be a special council meeting tonight instead of a regular 5 p.m. meeting to discuss this. So like many others, I've had to take time off work, and I work as a therapist supporting autistic children who are missing sessions today so that I can be here to advocate and speak up for my community. That shouldn't be the cost of public engagement. Like other, so we feel that it's important to highlight that the township has brought in a second person to inspect the poles. And we have been able to see that report because we had concerns about the initial report that was provided. So we feel it's important to highlight that this company that came in for the second inspection only conducted a non-invasive visual inspection. In the report, they are using binoculars while standing on ground level. They didn't verify any of the borehole testing that had been done earlier by a Hydro One employee. So we are left with a report that is mostly surface observations and assumptions and not hands-on testing or confirmed data. This raises questions about how reliable and complete this assessment truly is. We know that there's a high cost to replace these poles. So in an effort to support a cost-saving effort, the Recreation Committee commissioned an independent nonpartisan inspection from a structural engineer / master electrician from PG Engineering Solutions. And we have a stamped engineer report. The findings state, while the age of the utility poles is unknown, it is estimated that they are recycled hydro poles from the early 90s. And then he goes on to say that observed through field measurements, these poles could reasonably be anticipated to be in the later portion of their life. None of us are disagreeing that. However, they don't necessarily require immediate replacement. Interim remedial measures have been proven to be an effective method of extending the service, and he lists what those are. So he then goes on to state, rather than a complete immediate removal of the existing poles and renting of temporary lights for the season, resources may be more effectively allocated towards a phased replacement approach, targeting the right pole, then the center pole, and then the left field pole. This could potentially reduce the capital expenditure and distribute the cost over time. Alternatively, the existing poles could be intermittently monitored by an engineer familiar with utility pole testing, trained utility pole inspector or pole testing company while they remain in service, thereby giving council enough time to tender replacement of the poles. So we are asking that the council takes this report from PG Engineering Solutions and reviews it before making any final decisions. We're asking these questions to be fair with the careful stewardship of our community resources. If at the end of the day, everything turns out that these poles do need to be taken down, we can respect that, but we need to ask for a clear plan. Without these answers, families and users cannot play or plan for summer activities. So we want to know, what is the timeline for pole removal? If we've been told that the poles are coming down, we have yet to see a timeline. What is the timeline or plan for the lighting replacement? We've been told that there's options, but no timeline. And what lighting options being considered and what has been confirmed? When will the work be completed and when will it be inspected and fully operational?
Found it, Aaron. Yeah.
The township's offered support with alternative sites, and that's appreciated, but it needs to be concrete. This ensures that our youth programming and all the ball programming and recreation programming that happens at our park can continue safely this summer. We want help identifying, securing suitable spaces with assistance with permits and insurance and rental as needed. Also coordinating schedules and booking and providing details on accessibility, parking, and washrooms. Skip some stuff. Okay, so finally, we are asking the council to reflect on the timeline of events. We know what was reported March 17th. We know that it is June 2nd today, June 9th, sorry, June 9th, and we still don't know what's happening with these polls. So I'm asking, does this lack of communication and absence of shared planning reflect fair and respectful treatment of volunteer committee members working year-round to benefit the community? We want to collaborate, but we need clarity and respect and leadership to do so effectively. So in closing, we are not here in opposition. We are here because we care. We care about safety, we care about good governance, and we care deeply about our North Augusta community. We fully acknowledge that safety matters, that infrastructure has to meet standards, but we also believe that decisions this serious need to have balanced input. The township has 2 reports recommending removal, but our committee has a 3rd report from a licensed structural engineer and master certified electrician that has inspected those poles on site and deemed them safe and serviceable until the end of the baseball season of 2025. So we're not asking you to ignore risks. We're asking for a fair review. We've proposed a 3rd-party assessment or at minimum, a joint inspection between the township engineers and the professionals that we hired. Let's pause this irreversible action until things can be done properly. Lastly, we also want to be part of the solution. If repairs or reinforcements are needed, let's explore them. If a phase replacement is required, let's plan for that together. But full removal, especially during our busiest fundraising and programming season, should not be our first and only option. This process has been confusing, delayed, and communication was often unclear. The damaged pole was reported in March, yet there's no visible action until late May. To date, still no signage, no public awareness, no clear communication plan. This is not how you build trust with your volunteers or your taxpaying residents. We are calling the township to show leadership, not just liability management, but in community building. We are not here with a list of demands. We are here with a hand extended, ready to work with you, but we are asking you to stop, to listen, and to lead in a way that honors both the facts and the heart of the North Augusta community. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Members, questions, comments? I'm glad to also speak. Yes.
Your worship, well, I'd really like to look at all the reports to get a better understanding. That's one comment I have.
So those have been provided to Shannon.
Yeah.
I can also email a copy of the entire council if you'd like.
Okay, yes, thank you.
Council has not seen the other reports, so
Nope, that's fine. Yeah.
we would have got it yesterday, and we would have been at time, but anyway.
Jenny, thank you for coming. Thank you for taking time off. I agree with you 100%.
Also, just to echo the deputy mayor, it takes a lot to stand in front of that podium, especially if you're not used to public speaking. So I do appreciate coming out and talking to us, and also for everybody coming out and sending emails over the last week or so, 2 weeks to just express your support. I want everybody in this room to know, and I don't think there should be any question that those of us around this table absolutely understand the value of these lights in North Augusta, as well as at all the other diamonds in the township. My daughter works in North Augusta, my son works in North Augusta. Every time I drive by there at night, the lights are on, the field's busy. So I can't imagine a time when that wouldn't be happening. But I also have to keep safety of those residents in mind. So I'm not an engineer. I don't know anything about finding out whether a pole is safe or not. But, you know, I can read and I do take the reports at heart. So as Councillor Henry did say, I mean, I will definitely want to see the other report as well. But definitely, you know, totally agree with you on communication and collaboration. I think those are two very important things that, that will make any kind of process like this go smoothly, and I, for one, am all for doing so.
Through your worship, also, I understand where everybody's coming from. I was a part of that community many years ago when I played ball, so I understand what it means to everybody. And again, I'm not an engineer. I agree with Councillor Henry. We need to look at these reports and, you know, come to some kind of agreement and, you know, make a decision when we see all the facts.
Anyone else? As mayor, I don't get to speak until last. I have to let the members speak. Anyway, first of all, I want to thank all the residents, volunteers, and supporters for the emails on this situation we have today. They were respectful and informative, like Councillor Bowman and Councillor Henry and I experienced last term of office, where we were sent over 200 emails that were very disrespectful. In that case, council had no authority to make a decision either way on the new aerobic digester coming to Maitland. And we had no choice but to follow the mandate laid out by the government of Ontario. I use this as an example where, as councillors, we live in our communities, but unfortunately, sometimes we have no respect at times, even from our own neighbors. But that is what we signed up for. And I thank all those elected doing what they think is best for their townships and cities. I certainly and personally realize the importance of North Augusta's ball and recreation organization. Each of our settlement areas are different and take great pride in their recreation and public events. This council and the former council have listened to the residents that put recreation and well-being to the forefront and invested approximately $3 million over the last 3 years into facilities and equipment. Looking back, did we miss some things? Absolutely. But the end result was rewarding. Therefore, I am not going to dwell on how we have come to taking no immediate action on the condition of the light poles and now be faced with making a decision during the peak ball season. It is certainly not good timing for any of us. Finally, after receiving a report from a professional engineer, we have the information that council needs to make a decision. And we'll look at the other report that we received today and take, and look at that report too. As councillors, we have taken an oath to make the best and lawful decisions for a township. When making a decision, we must look at the entire township of 7,500 residents and all our settlement areas. Also, as a councillor and head of council, I am legally responsible and financially liable for making any decision that I make or support that could be detrimental to human life. Our CAO is also included by law in protecting the staff and the public. So, again, how do we get to this point? And I agree with what Jenny said, communication. And it's just not one-sided, I'll tell you that. It's a combination of different people, different organizations. And this is crazy to do it in ballpark season, like I said. So we got to improve things. As we talked about 10 minutes ago in our previous meeting, this township was so far behind on its policies and everything else. And I can, I'm not going to blame individuals because they were put in hard, and staff, because you had a short staff, maybe 5, 6 people here trying to run a township. Policies like health and safety policy, there wasn't any. And I, coming from the private sector, I'm managing over 150 people. I just shook my head. I said, what's going on? So this council is going to make policies and they're going to make for the well-being of the township. They have to. This is the way we move ahead. But I just want to give everybody, we're a small township like many others. We don't have that. We have a council, we have a lot of work to do ahead of us. And anyway, I can get into a lot of things. I can get into income streams and I can get into housing and industry and everything else, but I won't. So again, over the last 2 or 3 months and it got to this point, I have to take responsibility. That's at a council. That's my job. So where I see it, the communication went down in a lot of areas. We gotta fix that. So let's put our efforts forward together to get North Augusta recreation running smoothly for the season and provide a safe environment for recreation. Thank you. All right. No further comments? I guess at this point, we can't do much because we haven't seen the other report. And we'll just have to move along until we get another chance, another meeting to look at that. I don't know. Will the council have enough time to look at the next meeting, like tonight's meeting, or?
Email.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can certainly leave that up to council. Our next meeting starts at 5. If that's enough for council to review, to add that to the agenda for 5, I'll leave that up to council on what, how they want to proceed.
Yeah, I think after they read the report, they gotta understand. They may ask for further details or something. I don't know. I can't speak for them, so,
It's only a 5-page report. It's not like a heavy, thick report. But put some context.
I know, but I'm trying to be fair to the council.
Yes.
That's my job. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, Councillor Payne.
Your worship, my thoughts on that is because it's clearly time sensitive. I think that we should give it our best effort to review it before the meeting because, to put it off any longer, I think could potentially a significant safety risk. So I mean, I for one would be willing to review it and go over it next week.
Your worship, I would also agree with Councillor Pate that I think a decision needs to be made tonight or some way of moving forward.
Yeah.
I agree.
All right, so we'll fit it on the agenda.
Yes, so through you, Mayor, is council looking to refer the staff report to the regular council meeting? If so, if I can get a motion to refer.
Yeah, but for timing, I'm thinking, you got the agenda for the other one.
No, it's not like that.
It's, well, if we added it under delegation, we'll deal with that.
You probably add that under, for you, Mayor, probably add it under administration and finance as the report under K, staff report. To just defer my report from this meeting to under K for the next report.
Okay,
That works for me.
all right, that works for everybody.
That the report be referred to the regular council meeting.
Can we just-
You want to put it on this agenda? Because you want to report on this agenda and move it to the next.
Yeah.
Okay. So we just put it to the next meeting, and we don't have to deal with it.
I was thinking the other way.
Yeah, I just got a question. Is there somebody in the group like TJ or Chris that could sit with council and explain the engineer's report? Because we're not engineers. We may not understand all the writing of that report. So if there's somebody that is familiar with this work, could they stay and enlighten us on what this report means? The new report.
I also did some more math on the numbers that were provided within the DD Info report today and actually come up with a strength rating off of their numbers. So I can provide that to you as well.
Yeah, I just gotta follow format here, so.
Yeah.
What you do when you're reading is
Okay.
your business.
So they don't leave. They stay.
Well, I know,
Yeah.
but. You ready one now? Clerk is writing a referral motion to, put it on the next meeting.
I have a draft motion that reads that council defer staff report 2025-069 to the regular council meeting of Monday, June 9th at 5 p.m.
Call the question, all in favor? Sorry, mover and a seconder? They're all anxious. Yeah, carry, thank you. Okay, so, next we have the report for.
So we can bring that one.
Deferring this one.
We're good.
Well, pretty well have to, yeah. So, okay, this time, so is there any questions on the agenda items from the press?
No.
Thank you, Brian. Questions on the agenda for the public? Does any public member have any questions? Just waiting for the echo in the hallway. And then we'll-
I don't see anybody's hand up, no.
State your name and address, please.
Lee Armstrong. I appreciate what you're doing here and you're gonna get this looked at the next meeting. But my question is, I don't know whether it's a communication problem or what, but this poll went down the middle of March and here we are, June the 9th, and nothing has been done. I can't imagine why some people here hasn't moved forward quicker. Whether the polls have to come down or not, that's not my call. It's an engineering call, and why we have to go around and have all these meetings to create another meeting, and nothing being done. If they have to come down, get them ordered and get them plunked in the ground, pull one out and pop one in, as far as I'm concerned. And why it's taken 4 months to do, still have meetings, I don't understand.
It's mind boggling to me too, so as I stated, so, and I'll tell you, it is a communication problem. But I'm not gonna, air that out right now, so. Again, we'll address it next meeting, we'll see what happens, we'll see what our solution is. We don't live in a perfect world, I'm sorry. Any other questions for the public? All right, the bylaw, moved by Deputy Mayor Wyans, second by Councillor Pate, be resolved the bylaw number 3787-2025, confirm the proceedings of the special meeting of council, Township of Augusta, at the meeting held on June 9th, 2025, be read a first time, second time, and third time, be enacted as read. I'll call the question, all in favor? There, thank you. Moved by Councillor Pate, seconded by Deputy Mayor Wyans, be it resolved that special meeting, council meeting to now adjourn at 3:37 p.m. Call the question, all in favor? There, yep. We're done. The next meeting. So we can get reports for the councilors, all that good stuff.